how do you usually introduce yourself? If you're on one of your many plane rides that you take when you're doing international trips all the time, what do you tell somebody if you got a chatty Cathy next to you on that flight?
Yeah, that's a great question. I say I work for an industrial safety company. We make a wearable that helps organizations understand the frontline workers' experiences and exposures when it comes to health and safety risks within an organization. That's kind of the quick and easy answer of it, but we're looking at environmental working conditions like heat exposure or sound exposure. We're also looking at human emotion, physicality. How physical is the job? Exertion, slips, trips, and falls. We're collecting a lot of that data, and we're doing it all in real time to help organizations kind of look where are we at most risk? Is it a department? Is it an area? What are the clues that are leading to those? And we're measuring things that folks don't either measure at all or they don't measure very often. There's requirements around doing sound checks. What kind of noise exposure are teams, at? They do those spot checks, a couple times a year or, however their program goes. But we can collect it. If you had 100 workers, we're collecting 100 samples all day, every day to really understand what our team is really experiencing on a day-to-day basis, where the variability is. And then we're using that data to also uncover hidden risks that you didn't even know were there. We had one example where the strain on a job wasn't even documented. It didn't seem like it was even a big deal, but it was showing up in a thing we call Motion Explorer. We kind of stack rank the team to say who's the most physical to the least physical to see who's maybe most at risk of ergo or musculoskeletal disorder type injuries. And so we helped one organization by, they said, well, why are these two folks at the top of our Motion Explorer? They have the least physical job. At least that's what they thought, until we actually did some observations around that and found, nope, there's actually one part of that process that because of their stature, they were having to use a lot of forceful motion and high exertion in order to do their job. And once they made that observation, they bought a tool for this team and completely eliminated that out of the job altogether. And then, again, eliminating that risk. So that's the long answer to the very short question you asked in terms of, but the complexity of understanding health and safety within an organization, the types of data that we're collecting, it's cutting edge. It's very exciting. I mean, that's just the kind of the surface level of what we're doing and how we're helping organizations be safe.